this recorded, and I want to thank you. I want to thank you for coming to this call tonight. Monday night, great way to start the week. For those of you guys that already are familiar with Uforia, your time spent here with me is appreciated. And for those of you that are new to tonight's call, just buckle down and be ready, because what we're doing here is super fun. It's very impactful, and I'm super passionate about it. And so a little bit about me, honestly, my name is Laurie. I'm from Michigan. I'm a mom. I have 5 kids, 5 grandkids, a couple traditional businesses, which I do really love, and then this business, which I really love. One of the things that really brought me to this was that in my traditional businesses, I started to realize that I was lacking some things that I actually thought I was going to get when I started those businesses. You know, like I started to realize that my grandkids are off on the weekends. I have event planning businesses. So my grandkids and my family is off, and I'm still working. Time freedom was not there like I thought that it would eventually get to. And then now all of a sudden I'm getting older, and I realized that it's really not going to provide for me what I'm going to need, you know, when I can't work as much. And so I started to really look around, and I found something like this, and then this. And so I'm excited about the future. I see some things are changing. You know, I'm gaining some time freedom back. My bank account's growing, which is great, you know, so a lot of good things are happening. And for those of you that can relate, just know having an open mind is really the key. So let's just get started. You know, I want to share my screen. I think that a lot of people are visual learners, and I'm one of them. And so with that in mind, we're going to go a little bit old school. I'm going to take you through a PowerPoint, but hopefully it'll be fun for you. So here we go. We have Uforia. This is our fun little logo. And guys, Uforia is a biotech company. It is a biotech company that actually takes action with your DNA, and I love that. It's a biotech company that creates custom designer supplementation based on the genetic testing of a person's DNA. Okay, one more time. It's a biotech company. It creates designer supplementation, unique supplementation, a single supplementation based on the genetic testing of a person's DNA. One of the things that I realized when I was looking at this company, not only from a business perspective, but even from a perspective as a customer, somebody just using the product, is you really kind of want to know who's holding the reins, right? Who is captaining the ship? These 3 people are honestly the best in the game. They really, really are. That is not an exaggeration. That is the truth. Kort Logistics, Kort Enterprises, they run the back end of this science, and they're the ones that make this thing happen. You can't be running with a better enterprise than this. They're kind of like the Shark Tank of the manufacturing world. They are sought after in many, many, many different companies, and they really only take the products that they believe are going to leave an impact on this planet. Ron Williams, great reputation, knows this industry inside and out. What I love about him is his heart. Honestly, forget about the brilliance in business and all this other kind of stuff. I could go on about that forever, but his heart, he was retired. He didn't need the money. You know, again, somebody that just wants to leave a legacy that's bigger than himself. And Eric Worre, for anybody who doesn't know him, he is a guru in the marketing space, and this man knows that in order for a company to be a billion-dollar company, okay, let's talk, we're not talking millions, we're talking billions, you really need to have the people that are representative well-trained. And he is the guy that has taken that project on for us, and we couldn't be prouder to have him, honestly. So again, talking about supplementation, now this is just a replication of what it used to look like, and that's bad enough. I actually wanted to put into this PowerPoint today, but I couldn't get the woman to answer so that I could get approval from her to do it. But I have a couple pictures of today's medicine cabinet, okay? And it's not like this. It's cupboards. And you open them up, and they're filled. They're filled. You don't even know what's in the back. You don't want to throw anything out. Everything was expensive, and I've seen them, and they're scary. And so this is what many of us do when we think about supplementing, about taking vitamins. And so it's called blind nutrition, guys. It was 8 decades, almost 80 years of intentions were great, but it was like your doctor saying, well, this is proven to help, so it might help you. Let's try this. Or your friend at the yoga studio is like, I tried this and I loved it. You should try it. But guys, we are unique, right? So one formula for everybody does not work. It is not a one size fits all when we talk about our bodies, our internal bodies. It's expensive, it's wasteful, it's just really not the best. And it was all we knew, you know. And then about 10, 12 years ago, functional medicine, holistic medicine, integrative doctors, they really came to the table and they wanted to be better. And so they're like, okay, so we're going to really work on nutrition as a way to help people. And they started to, again, really taper things for people. And it was a really great effort. However, it was still a guessing game. Okay, when you take blood work, it only tells you what is going on in your body at that moment, right? Which is okay. It was all we knew. But DNA, guys, DNA is solid, right? Think about when you catch a killer with DNA, like it's a 0.00000000001 chance it's wrong, right? Like that's none. And so DNA, when you have the opportunity to listen to it, you really should. And then that's when designer nutrition came to the marketplace, thanks to Uforia Science. It is science-based, it is exclusive, it is proprietary, and although it's new to the marketplace, it is not new in terms of laying down the groundwork. 24 years in the making before they actually opened the doors, okay? It's inspired by you, it's only for you. Health truly is a habit. It really is, and it's something that we should really pay attention to. So how does it work? You get a U-Start kit. You're going to see it in just a moment, but you swab your cheek, right? And that's nothing new. People are used to it. They're doing it all the time now. And after a couple weeks, you send it into our medical labs, CLIA certified, HIPAA certified, the most prominent medical labs, honestly, in the company, and you get shot back this action plan. And this is part of it. This is maybe the most important part. It's like your scorecard. So if you look at this, what we're looking for is in the dashboard genes of your health. You can take a peek: healthy immune system, detoxification, healthy lipid support, right? Weight, those kinds of things. That's like the dashboard of your body, the most important genes in terms of health. These have all been proven to be able to be somewhat manipulated by nutrition. So when they do this, they're testing these genes and they're looking for a SNP, okay, SNP. All it is a little variant on one of those genes that was passed down like hereditarily. You can't just have it. You got it from a mom or a dad. And it really just means that that particular gene is maybe not functioning at optimal level. Okay, and you have it. Okay, that's all there is to it. There are ways though that you can actually support those genes. So if you get a green on your scorecard, it means your gene's perfect. It's doing exactly what it should do. Yellow means one of your parents passed you a variant and you need to support that gene, or you can support it. Let's put it that way. You now can support that gene with nutrition. And red means that both parents passed it on. You definitely need some nutritional support in those areas, and you will for sure pass that same variant on to your children if you have it. Okay, so that's what you're looking for. So with that in mind, once you see that, about a week and a half later, out pops your own Utrition. Okay, it literally has your name on it. Now, I want you to realize two things about this. It's not going to seem important right this moment, but in a minute when we talk about it, it's going to be very important. There's two things that this does. First of all, is that our base formula, we all get it, right? It's based on AC11, a big deal. But then based on your gene SNPs and your DNA tests, they're going to prepare for you a formula that nobody else has. Nobody else can prepare it for you. It actually spits out real time with your name on it. And that makes this product, not only from a company standpoint, from a business standpoint, Amazon proof, or Amazon proof here in 2019. It doesn't happen. Okay, it's what we're doing is a big deal. And so it's helping so many people. And so, you know, you ask yourself, why do you take a DNA test? These are people who are super comfortable with this. Christmas time, this was the most purchased online Christmas gift in 2018 were DNA tests, okay? The marketplace is comfortable with it. And why do you do it? Because you can find out all kinds of cool stuff, right? Personality, all kinds of things, heritage, physical traits. But what you do with it after that, I'm not really sure. Some people do go out and find lost relatives and that kind of thing, but you find them and then what, right? The most important one that you're ever going to take is going to help you stay healthy. Okay, now that you know where you're from, what you look like, who you act like, what am I made up of? Like what do I do to take care of myself? That's the most important one. It's what Uforia is doing, and we are the only company with the capability of doing it. So here it is, blind nutrition, designer nutrition. You see the targets, right? Which one do you want to be? Right? You don't want to aim and miss, aim and miss, aim and miss. Like, who wants to do that? That's just wasted money. Guys, just understand, now that this science is here, this is called progress. All right, you can look at it however you want. You can say Blockbuster on the left, Netflix on the right. You can say landline on the left, cell phone on the right, right? The masses will move in that direction. It's called progress, and that's what Uforia is bringing to the marketplace in terms of supplementation. This is the U-Start kit. It's super simple. It's $159. It's nothing. It's a one-time $99 lab fee to get all 18 of those snips done. You can see in here the pre-trition is like a gentle cellular cleanse. It gets you ready for your own unique formula, your 2 little swabs right here, postage paid envelopes to mail them off to the lab. You don't have to put any stamps on or anything, and you just get started. It's that simple. And guys, I'll tell you something, the people that I know that I've actually told about this who have done it have been floored by what they've seen, honestly. And so just like every other company on the planet these days, we understand the word of mouth marketing thing, right? And so we do offer the ability to get discounts on your own product when you tell others about it. When you tell one person, it's 25% off. 2 people, it's 50, and so on and so forth. 4 people, if you tell 4 people, you just tell your husband, your sister, your mom, and your dad, yours is free. So, and that kind of marketing, it's everywhere these days too. And so I'm really proud of that program. So many of you have been asked here to look at the business side of this. And guys, there's 2 things I want to say about this before we jump in. First of all, I want you guys to understand that timing is really maybe one of the most crucial parts of business. Okay, and you're here because you're looking for something. I don't know if this is it. I hope it is. If it's not, though, you know, I hope you find it. Is truly the case, because that's what I was doing. I was looking and I found it, and nothing feels better. So think about the timing of this thing, and then think about the comment about Amazon proof, and understand that when you have the ability to know about something before the masses know, there's big opportunity there. Okay, what you do with it is up to you. But just so that you know, it doesn't always happen like this. And so there's 2 really important questions everyone asks when we get to this part, okay? And it starts out with this: can I do it, and is it worth it? Though that's going to be running through your minds as we talk tonight, and that's okay. I'm going to take you through it. I'm going to show you that, yes, you can do it. Anybody can do it. And yeah, it really is worth it when you can see the bigger picture. And so keep your eye on the prize just for about 10 minutes with me. So think about this. Think about wealth distribution. 97% of the wealth is owned by 3% of the population. I almost did this, but it's really this. 3% own 97% of the money. Okay, so why? What does that mean? Well, it means that most people, all the way through like the early 1900s till now, have been trained educationally through their parents or everybody to work for linear income, and it's where you actually trade time for money. Okay, you go in, you punch a clock. You don't get paid so much on what you've done, but the number of hours you're there. It's called linear income, and if you stop working, unfortunately, you stop getting paid, right? Leveraged income is what the 3% learn. And they don't only just learn it, they master it. So let me take you a little further. Again, linear income, you trade time for money. One of the things that I realized about myself when I opened my first company 27 years ago is that I was not meant to work for somebody else. I already knew. I knew that I was doing all the work. I knew that I had the better ideas. I knew that I was putting in the time and making the client happy. And I knew that my boss, who was sitting at the bar, who's making all the money. And so I automatically knew, my husband and I both knew, we're like, we can do this without him, and we opened up our first company. So linear income is when you're working for somebody else and they're paying you based on your time. The old way, this is what my dad did. He worked 40 hours a week for 40 years of his life, and he retired on 40% of his income. He was a financial analyst with Ford. He didn't know anything else. So what did he teach me and my brothers? He taught us to go to school and get good grades and work for that same thing. Like, that's the goal. The thing is that even when I got out of college, that was already changing. Now, like, I'm looking at DeMarcus here, at his age, this doesn't even exist. It doesn't even exist. And so, but yet, out there, people are still striving for that, and they're just blinded. I just think that they're just programmed, you know? And so the average retirement age is 72. The average death age is 76. Okay, it's an average. It doesn't happen to everybody, but that doesn't sound very fun to me, you know? And so there are other ways, guys. Loyalty in the marketplace, it's another one that really just kind of like, it grinds me. I know so many people that worked 10, 15, 20 years, because remember, I'm a lot older than some of the people on this call, that they thought they were set. And then we had an economic downturn, and they lost jobs after 20 years with a company. Downsizing, people shutting their doors, technology, outsourcing. I mean, everything is automated now. So, I mean, you have to deal with all that too. 3% though, 3% of the people, and now more, I'm starting to realize people are really catching on. They're learning about leveraged income, guys. Leveraged income is where it's at. You still work. I get it. Like, having that income that you know is coming in is really priceless in some ways. But do something on the side to create something different too, you know, because you never know. And so it's doing work once and getting paid a lot of times. So like a landlord, right? When you sign your lease and he shows you the apartment, he did his job. But every month you're writing a check. Every month you're writing a check. That's his leveraged income. He did the work once, right? And he gets paid over and over and over. Author, same thing. An author sits down and writes a book because he's inspired, right? Not because somebody's paying him. Right? And he gets inspired and he writes a book, and he doesn't make any money until somebody buys it. But guess what? For the next 100 years, when someone buys that book, his estate is making the money, right? He's going to make money every time that book sells, forever and ever and ever. So leveraged income is really something very powerful, and it's something they should be teaching in school, honestly. So create a leveraged income with Uforia. It's a plan that we have here. It's the beauty of it is that it doesn't take anything other than a desire when you start out, because the rest we can help you with. This is what you're able to leverage when you get started with Uforia. All we have to do is decide that we love the product and share it with others. Okay, and by doing that, you can leverage the science. 24 years in the making, guys. Giddy scientists working their butts off to come up with the software to pair DNA with genetics, right? We don't have to come up with that. We can leverage that. The investment, over $100 million been invested. We have unending funding and resources. The software, again, it's proprietary. Uforia owns it. That keeps the competition at bay for quite some time. So from a business standpoint, for those of you that have an entrepreneurial mindset, that's a big deal. Fulfillment, we're not, filling capsules and twisting caps on. We're not sending anything in the mail. That all comes from the back end, from the core enterprises end. Customer service, they have covered the systems. We're bilingual. We need none of that. What we need is a desire to build an income on the side, and we need a yes mentality, a yes, I can do it mentality, and that's it. They allow you to do that. They want you to do that, right? The marketing plan here is so simple, you guys. We're not out there trying to figure out a Facebook ad, wondering what's going to work, what's not going to work, trial and error. All we do is rely on the people who already love the product to do what we naturally do, which is share it. It's word of mouth. Okay, I have two businesses, two traditional businesses, and after year one, I've done zero advertising, zero paid advertising. The only thing that I have done is on occasion, I'll like buy a banner as a donation for a softball team or something that I can call advertising, but I don't pay for advertising. My entire client base has been word of mouth. It is powerful, it is effective, and people and companies who know it are able to leverage it. So guess what? That is a win-win. They leverage us, our passion for the product, and our networks of the people that we're going to talk to, and we leverage everything they have in place that we don't need to come up with, right? We don't have to come up with a good idea. They already have it. So what does it take to become one? All right, this is actually what it takes. Step one, you become a nutritionist. It's $40. $40 for the year. Okay, $39.95 actually. What do you get with that? You get your own replicated website. You can pick your own URL. It is beautifully done. Tech-wise, we are above and beyond anything I've seen in this industry, honestly. So you get your own website. You get your own free phone app, which is a CRM, a customer relations manager. You can run your entire business from here. And guys, for those of you that are under 35 on this call, everybody knows that if you're not making money with your phone right now, you're not using it right. Okay, this is the future. It's already here. The thing is the people that are learning this and leveraging this now are going to be the ones in 10 years that are really, really doing great. You have so many other things that you get. Obviously, you're going to get product. Now, just like any other business, I wish I had one handy. I'm so sorry I don't, but you can just buy your own. Right? Just buy your own product. We do want you using the product, right? That's not that hard. You don't want to, work at Chevy, sell cars for Chevy and drive a Hyundai, right? To work every day. Like, be passionate about the product, but you can also buy it in bulk and you can get some discounts on it. That's totally up to you, whatever it is you want to do, but you can buy 3, 5, or 10 packs or just a single pack for yourself, whatever works for you. And then again, in your You Start kit, when you get it, it's going to look like this. Packaging is fabulous. And this right here, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse, but look at this right here. This little You Start code, this is a really important part of the process. DNA is interesting because there's not anything really yet that people can do with other people's DNA, quite honestly, not yet, but there will be. But this is the beauty of Uforia. Your safety and your privacy is of utmost importance. And so in the marketplace, we've actually looked and found that at this point, this is probably the safest DNA route that you can go. When you get your kit, you get this little You Start code and you go to youstart.com and you put in this code. And from that moment on, there is no human identifier anywhere in the process. You are known as a random barcode when your DNA gets to the lab. When the lab sends it to the software, it's only in the form of a barcode. When the software sends it to our Nutritionator, which is the only machine on the planet that can actually fulfill these orders to the microgram, it's only in the form of a barcode. And when your unique formula spits out, it is only then that your name pops up again, and that's on the label. So it's a pretty big deal. They've really covered all their bases. For those of you that are like, yeah, but I don't know what I would do. How do I do it, right? We have everything that you need. We have amazing tools. Everything is in your phone app. We have this first 24 hours. Guys, if you can read and check a list, you can do this, right? If you go start a new job, you need to train. This isn't any different. This is not a get rich quick. This is not, oh, you get a few who get a few who get a few. It's nothing like that, guys. It really is just using a product and sharing it, but doing it with integrity and a little bit of character and using the tools because it has the right information, because we're not scientists, right? As soon as you go and you start talking about it and somebody says, yeah, but what about, I don't know, cat's milk? And you're like, I don't know. You lose all of your credibility. So let the tools talk. So we teach you, we tell you what to do your first 24 hours, what to do in your first week. How do you go out there? How do you approach people? How do you open those conversations? We are looking for a need, okay? We're looking for a need. If somebody doesn't have a need, we're not going to try to sell them. Right, just kind of keep that in mind. We really want there to be integrity behind this. You're going to leverage the system of tools, all of these resources, guys, these videos, these images, PDFs, tons of YouTube stuff. We also have community. Those of you who are looking to surround yourself with like-minded people, know that you found the right place. Just know that. If you are entrepreneurial mindset, if you have a servant's heart, if you just like culture, if you just like being involved, if you're a scientist or a researcher or somebody who likes facts and data, we have it all. And we're gonna plug you into all of those communities. And we're back to the questions. It's again, guys, can I do it? I honestly, if you talk to anybody in your life, yes, you can do it. Yes, you can do it, right? You have conversations every single day. And we really want to encourage people to not really think of this as anything more than a conversation with a little bit of intent, an intent to help somebody, whether it's with an opportunity or whether it's with a product. We love our customers. We are 90% customer driven. So don't feel like you have to go out and push or tackle people, right, to come and take a look at this, right? And is it worth it? You know, I've been in the industry for 7 years, and I can tell you that I have 5 children, 4 of which went to college, and my kids who have been involved in this industry have learned more in their life than anything they learned in the classroom. And they'll be the first to tell you that. They have learned so much. They have networked with people all around the world. They've opened doors that would never open. They've traveled. They've made money. 2 of them, other than working for my traditional businesses because I'm in a pinch, they've never punched a clock. Like they know how to make this work. And the thing is that they knew it was worth it because it gained them so much freedom. So yes, it's worth it. Whatever it is that you're looking for, most of the time you can find something that you're looking for in a company like this, and it's always a benefit. So the next steps are super easy. Just get back to the person who invited you, talk with them, get your questions answered. If you need to get plugged into me or anybody else, I am more than happy to always chat. Spend the $40 and become a nutritionist. Get your website, get your app, take a peek at it, look at how simple it actually is. Plug in. I'm looking at Teresa when I say this because she's one of the best people I know to do this. Participate in the community. Just participate. You'll learn so much. You'll meet so many cool people, and then launch your business. And that's easy. That's the first 24 hours. So guys, with that, I don't even know what time it is. I probably went too long, but welcome to Uforia. You know, I hope that decision has been made with this presentation. And of course, get your questions answered. We encourage that. I went 4 minutes under my plan, so I'm real happy about that. Again, my name is Laurie. I'm super, super excited that you joined me tonight. Thank you for spending some time with me. And once again, whoever invited you, if you would like to connect and you'd like for it to be with me, just let them know, and that person can make that happen. I'd be happy to chat. So thanks again, you guys. Have a great evening, and we'll talk again. Bye.